here is the 2024 Indian FTR by 100%.
Hey guys, this is Dan with Gears and Gadgets. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to share with you guys what I learned about the 2024 model year lineup for Indian motorcycles. Indian Motorcycles unveiled maybe one of the most beautiful motorcycles I've ever laid eyes on in terms of color scheme, and that is this FTR partnership with 100%. This carbon is absolutely insane. Now for 2024, they did mention just all the bikes across the board, a real focus on fit and finish and colorways.
So for general updates for FTR, Chief, Springfield, as well as Scout, for those platforms, we're really focused on colors and graphics for the new year, for model year 24.
Now they also shared new for 2024 is a new PowerBand audio system. When I had the Pursuit and I took it all the way up to Boulder, I thought the audio actually sounded decent. The new PowerBand audio that they unveiled for the touring bikes is next level.
New for 24, we have an upgraded PowerBand audio system that comes with what we're calling a new bass boost tune. Just really adds a lot of depth, specifically in the low and mid range for the bike. The speakers actually have an underglow LED backlit to them as well. So in night or kind of maybe in the evening, the speakers light up and they look really, really cool.
800 watts of audio?
Yeah, so with the upgraded PowerBand audio system, each speaker is 100 watts. So a pair of speakers is going to be 200 watts. So this would be an 800 watt audio system.
And then you can also get it as a factory option on the other bagger models for 24 as well, correct?
That is correct.
Yep.
It used to be the saddlebag lid would open up all the way, cause some flimsiness in the bags. We've tightened that up so it doesn't open as much all the way up. That was one thing we improved. A gloss dash here on the front here just adds a really kind of premium look and feel to the bike, and it just aesthetically looks better when you're on it riding. Some of the PG&A items that are on this bike. Tinted flared windscreen, you can see we have some updated or accessorized mirrors.
Now Indian also unveiled this Challenger Elite.
It's just a good opportunity for us to kind of bust out all the stops, for lack of a better term. The ultimate in style, exclusivity. These bikes are all numbered. We're only going to make 325 of them, so it can be a very limited run.
You have saddlebag closeouts, saddlebag lights. On the passenger and the driver floorboards, you have headdresses on the floorboards. Driving lights in the front, adaptive headlight, flared tinted windscreen. You have the upgraded PowerBand system for 24. And then personally, my favorite part of the bike, and I think it's everybody's favorite part of the bike, is the custom paint scheme. Specifically with this bike, you have a candy black and charcoal paint scheme with what we're calling a silver acid etched muscle stripe that goes throughout the bike that is pinstriped with IMC red that matches the IMC red wheels in the front and back. The acid etch process is super cool, super unique for every single bike. They basically spray a silver base coat. They layer on or spray on top acetone to give that acid unique etched look to the bike. An exclusivity for every single bike. On the console badge here is numbered per vehicle. Model year 24, we are doing 325 of these bikes. 225 will be allocated for North America. And then MSRP on this one will be $38,499.
Going over to the real winner here, the thing that I think is going to capture the most amount of attention, this FTR that they unveiled with 100% is mind-blowingly beautiful. Might be the most beautiful motorcycle I've ever seen in terms of carbon fiber and the color choices, but I'll let them get into that here.
New for 24 on the FTR lineup specifically, we've entered into a partnership and a collaboration. We launched kind of the redesigned, if you will, FTR last year, and we've been talking about doing more partnership ventures with this one. And I think before we do, we have some of the guys from 100% here. This is Ludo, founder, I believe, of 100%.
Yeah, co-founder.
Co-founder.
We are a company a brand that dates from the 80s. Indian comes from a long, long time ago. Our fan base is very young, and a lot of motocross, a lot of downhill mountain bike, action sports, and and Indian is, you know, a different crowd for sure. But the bridging the gap, it's what this project is all about.
So here is the 2024 Indian FTR by 100%. But this was a great partnership and a collaboration. They've been a fantastic team to work with on this bike. And before Ryan will get into some of the details, I would say in conjunction with the bike partnership, we also have a full-blown apparel lineup, 3 different sunglass co-brand models, several men and women styles as well. This is not just a bike, it's a full-blown collaboration.
This is almost like the perfect marriage of both brands' DNA, I guess, with 100% theme or style, almost kind of being that like sophisticated, sinister style with the still the DNA and the form factor of FTR. So I think they just they marry and complement each other really, really well. So walking through the bike here, similar, I guess, starting on maybe the back and then working my way to the show side. This thing is just decked out with carbon fiber, a lot of little trinkets and features to it that I'll try and highlight to you guys. So on the side over here that you're not over, you have a carbon fiber chain guard, carbon fiber sprocket, chin guard on the bottom here with a nice red 100% decal. Moving around, we have little features like Gillies bar end weights, radiator caps, oil caps, a Krapovich dual can exhaust here, carbon fiber valve covers and exhaust header covers there as well. And then kind of move into to the really cool aesthetic pieces of this. Olin's inverted front forks on the front, as well as on the back. My favorite piece of this is that they're blacked out, which I think in and of themselves is really, really cool looking. But it just really allows the best part in my mind of this bike to pop, which is the white frame on top of the blue candy carbon fiber. It's just, you can see it yourself, pops really good. So you have the blue candy carbon fiber seat cowl, gas tank, and headlight cowl up here. And then just like you have on the Challenger Elite over there, on the FTR here, you have the badging on the front, which states the number of builds. There will be 400 built for this limited edition. I think 125 are going to be from North America. No, 150 from North America. And then 250 for international. And then MSRP on this one is going to be $18,999.
This carbon blue, when the sunlight hits it, it's so deep. It's hard to explain. You'd have to see it in person. I really hope, I tried it the best I possibly could to get this to translate on camera. I think the images I captured are pretty good in terms of quality. Hopefully it's enough for you to really appreciate what this blue looks like. But again, I think seeing it in person is the only way to really experience that. They will sell every one of these bikes. This is where I think Indian's execution of getting younger riders that are kind of in the off-road, BMX, that kind of world, in really interested in motorcycles, they are doing some really, really cool things. I have the EFTR in the garage. I think that's also a really great product. Trying to get younger people or just people who are into electric bikes just on something that says Indian. Indian is just doing a lot of things really, really well. Now, I do own my Harley Davidson. I have my 2018 Heritage. I love that motorcycle. Nothing wrong with Harley Davidson. I just think that Indian's doing cooler stuff. It's really that simple. And I've said this before. I'll say it again. At this point in time, if I had to buy a motorcycle with what's on the market today, absolutely would buy the Indian Pursuit. Just, it's an amazing motorcycle. There's nothing I can say other than it is the best motorcycle I have ridden compared to any of the other Harley Davidson touring bikes. As I'm on this YouTube journey, I have really been a big fan of Polaris in general. And I was talking to these guys about that whole narrative. I love when someone drops a comment who says, oh, good luck, it's a Polaris. Yeah, it's another American-made motorcycle company. I have zero problems with that. Very much on board with the success of Harley Davidson and Polaris, because as an American, I want to see American workers go to work and, build awesome things. That's pretty much as simple as that. I made a comment to the guys at Indian, which, maybe wasn't as delicate as maybe it should have been, but when you start arguing between what is cooler, Harley Davidson or Indian? There is nothing inherently cool about fiduciary responsibility to Wall Street.
Total consolidated HDI revenue of $1.8 billion.
My opinion is the product's got to be great, the price has got to be great, the people have got to be even better, and my experience with Indian Motorcycles is that the people are amazing. Not just the press people, not just the people with Indian Motorcycles themselves, but the riders, the reception from the riders, are just really, really good quality people across the board, and I could not find a single negative thing to say about Indian at this point in terms of their execution. So hats off to Indian, crushing it with this FTR. It's jaw-dropping, and you'd have to see it in person. So thank you very much to Indian Motorcycles for inviting me out to this event. I very much appreciate the opportunity to get out there and see these things. Again, it was a lot of work for me to drive from here to Vegas, Vegas to California, back to Vegas, back to Phoenix, to get all this stuff done on what I actually took was vacation time. I've kind of joked that my vacation starts to feel an awful lot like work, but I love it. And without you guys, none of this stuff would be possible. So thank you very much for the support. Thank you very much for tuning in. If this is your first time tuning in, please hit that subscribe button down below. Remember, likes go a long way to help support the channel. I will see you guys next time.